All right, one more thing that we got to do. I totally forgot about it. And we're going to do this with the master pillar piece up here. And that is to give this a little bit of decoration on the crown molding. And we'll do that with this piece right here. I'm going to bring it over to here on the UV section. And what I'm going to do is get a little bit of decoration there. Oh, see they're upside down? What I'm going to do now is go over here and find this. What is that called anyway? Rotation scaling pivot. And change that to bounding box center. So when I hit R180, it doesn't move out of place. Then I'm going to turn that back over to 2D cursor and find a spot right about there. How about right about there? All right. Then I'm going to get on that pivot point and then scale this down. Okay, and then just zoom that out. And how far are we going to take this? SX. How about right there? Now, once we get this in the once we get this into one, oh my goodness, I can't think of the program. I can't say Unreal. Once I get this into Unreal Engine to view it, to test it out, right? When the character's moving around, it's not going to be able to be. You're not going to be able to see exactly what it is unless you zoom up close to it. But that's okay. That's okay, because I said so. All right, anyway, I think that's good enough. And out of that, and then what I'm going to do, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to separate it, right? And I have two pieces that I'm going to put that on, two pieces that we made, right? We made the door, we made the wall. And why isn't this? Oh, I'm already in that particular view. I'm going to delete this, duplicate this, join that, or merge this together, remove doubles, and then same thing with over here, and into here. Is it the right piece? What's? Oh, that's what? Hold the phone. Where's the? What's going on with the? Oh! That pillar's in the way. I thought that was part of the mesh. Like, why? There we go. And bring that over. Join them together. Remove doubles. And then I'm going to resave both of these. Make sure cursor's at the center. And copy that so I don't have to retype it in there. Export FBX, choose my tutorial part, and UE4 settings that I talked about earlier. And save that. And let's save the wall. Oh, we got to do that to the pillar, I believe. Let's see. Before we do that, let me Shift S and cursor to selected and save the wall. And zoom in on this. All right. Find another spot. Oh, good. The cursor is in the same spot, so I'm just going to move the bottom corner right to the cursor. About right there. Scale it down. Come on. I think about right there. We got to make this, flip it around. Yes. Change that. R180. There we go. back to 2, and then let's bring this in on the X. Oh, we got to make it bigger. No, it's making it smaller. Make it smaller on the UV. It makes it wider on the actual mesh. Come on, it's going too far. There we go. How about 2 of them? Let's put this together and see if it makes any sense. Bring that over there. Bring that over there. Probably gonna I probably shouldn't have done this anyway. Oh no, it works. A little bit bigger, but you know, maybe we can squeeze 3 in there, see what happens. Scale it on the X. Now I'll leave it at 2. I'll leave it at 2. Alright. Make sure the cursor is at the center. Okay. Back to the front. Save it. And bring up my Unreal. One of the nice things on here, you select your current place in the viewport, right? And you say, what file did I have that in? I don't remember. Go over to the right side, click the magnifying glass, boom. Does it with materials too. So in this case, like, what material did I have selected? Select that magnifying glass over there, boom. And I only have one in that folder, but that's okay. Eventually we'll have a lot more. All right, select that. And then what I'm going to do, I could redrag them all in, but I could also select these 3, right click, and re-import. Boom, boom, boom. And then if I go over to this side, now we see the angel motif on the crown molding. And as long as you're not a fly in the room or a bug, it's not going to matter from zipping up right close. All right. See, look at the baseboard, doors, and all that good stuff. All right. So now, all right. So I'm going to move this over here. And then I'm going to duplicate the door. And as always, when we duplicate and redo things, I'm going to get rid of the columns just because we are going to easily come back in here and just copy that and bring that back down. All right, get rid of the door, get rid of the door, get rid of the threshold here. And we're also going to get rid of, you know what? Remember when I assigned these to the door? I can just go over here, select, boom, it's gone. All right, I'm also going to get rid of, I want to leave this here. I'm going to separate this and hide it out of the way. I'm going to get rid of all the molding because I'm just going to remake this. All the molding. If I just go to edge here and I'll select it all. There we go. All right. Don't tell me I forgot to bring that out. Hold on. I did. Well, let's do some adjustments on the door because I forgot to do something. Edit mode. Let's finish up the door. Remember, if you remember, I flattened these out when I copied over the wall, and I said we're going to pop these back out. So all you got to do is GY minus 0.205, which is 5 centimeters out, and then see it pops it out. That's why we had that loop cut there. And then I'm going to take this, this, and this, and I'm going to move these, find where they are in here, and just overlap these together like that. And I'm going to put these over where that orange section is. Okay. And then gotta get edit mode, and then resave that door. All right, back to the window. All right, I'm going to get out of that mode, and I'm going to, let's see, I want both these. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to merge these together. These edges right here, faces, whatever. Bridge edge loops. There we go. So now this should be one piece. Yes. All right. So now I don't want this. And did I? Oh, I deleted the back. Oh, well, that's fine. We will take care of that later on. I don't need that. I don't need that lip. There we go. And then I'm going to merge these vertices. Should I do that now or later? I'm going to do that later. Just get rid of these seams. Right here. And I don't need that one or that one clear, but I would like this one. Okay. Now this one, the window is going to line up with the door. And then we're going to make one with the window up here, higher than the door. We'll get that. We'll get to that when we're done with this. All right, next step, what we're going to do is we're going to make the window casing. And how I'm going to do this, let's see, how am I going to do this? Well, this is out. Let's double check. Make sure this is on 18 because that's where the wall is going to be, right? No, that's on 0. That's on it. Oh, it's supposed to be double. Okay. E 0.18. There we go. Now that'll meet the wall when what we're going to do is just going to duplicate this face when we're done with it, so I don't have to do it twice. It's going to be identical. Just flipped around. So let's do the molding this way. I'm drawing a blank here. Is this how I did it before? All right, well, if it's not, it's not. So I need to recalculate this. Flip that. T, insert. Oh, I need there. 5 centimeters. Like that. So it's going to be the same on each side. And then we want to go in. Actually, did I mess up? Control Z, back out. First, I want to go in 0. I want to go in 5 centimeters, so minus 0.05. Now I want to go inset 0.05 and then 0. See what I'm doing? All right, do that again. 0 minus 0.05. One more time. Inset 0.05, 0. And I think we're going to do it one more time. Yes. Inset 0 and minus 0.05. And that should take care of that. And then we have our window. But before I do the window, I'm just going to get those out of there and take care of any stuff in between. Nope, that's good, I think. All right, let's fix our seams here. Clear those seams. And it's fine. If you know a different way, fine. It seems like I do this a different way every time I do it. It just depends on what I'm feeling that day. That's all. Mark the seam. There we go. It's hard for me to see what's going on in here, so I think I want to merge those. I don't have to, because there's going to be glass pane there. Let's put the glass back. Alright, now this seems like it's going to be an easy window. Yeah. It's when they come all the way down here is when they're a pain. But before I have to redo this again for the long window, I'm going to save this just in case it'll be easier for me. Not save it, but duplicate it for another window, so I don't have to cut these again, because what I'm going to do to this one is wrong button, merge at merge at last. Wow. And I guess I can do that over here. What did you just do? I don't know. There we go. Now what? Well, make sure. No, it's not. I want this. This isn't marked. No, not that. That corner up in there. And that's not marked. How about on the other side? That is not either. There. Alright. Let's take this. How does it look over here? See, it still retained some of its shape from before, because I didn't totally distort it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece right here, duplicate it, get that out of the way. So what I'm going to use, because I'm going to unwrap this again, right, this whole thing, and I want to use that is the base, so everything else is going to line up with all the other pieces. I mean, if you didn't have that, if it was all distorted, you could just go duplicate. I think I did that trick before. We take one of these other pieces that you made, duplicate it, and then join it to this, and then use that, and when you're done, delete it. But we don't need to do that here. I'm just going to select all, right? Except for this. Don't select that. You need that to be in place. And unwrap. Alright, so now you see you have some problems. Alright, that's because the windows are still attached. Now, this front window, I'm going to use a specially made material that we'll have to do a tutorial for it later. So I'm going to have a different window for this than I'm going to have for this. Alright, so I'm going to stretch this all the way out. Now, if you can see, right here I have the lion's face there. Well, that's upside down. It's one way for me to tell. So I'll go to bounding box center R180 there. Now it's right side up, and switch this back over to 2. And what I want to do, there's no door texture on here, it's not needed, so I want to take that door and a glass one that I'd already made there and assign it to that and see how it changed. Alright, so now we're done with that. Y, hide. Alright, and then this one, let's unwrap that. It's also upside down, so we'll go get that right side up. I'm not going to do the same thing. What I'm going to do is I have a window texture on here. You'll see why in a future video why I'm doing this. In essence, I want it when I'm looking through this one, right? It's going to be a fake image. It's going to have a fake interior that actually is like parallax and it moves while the character is moving on screen. Well, this one I don't want a fake interior. I mean, I guess I could have a fake exterior, but instead of doing that, I'm just going to have a static window here. And since these are like a Victorian medieval style, Industrial Revolution era, late 1800s, early 1900s, I'm using that style of window on this texture anyway, so that's what I'm doing. And you can change it up if you want, but okay, apparently I messed that up. Hold control down there. No. Alright. Zoom in. There we go. And SY. There we go. And Y and hide. All right. Now, I'll take the rest of it, not this piece, just the rest of it, and unwrap it again. All right, now we have some angles that are not marked properly. Where is this one at? You can just select a piece, you don't know where it's at, you can just hit the period button and it zooms in, and apparently it's not there, it's right here. All right, mark that seam. All right, let's try this again. Unwrap. There we go. Now I'm going to take that and bring it over, snap it up to that corner, put my cursor on the edge corner. Oh, you know what I should have done? Control Z, go back. Control Z, 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 there. These right here, these are going to be, well, the inside's going to be wood. I really don't have to worry about that, but the outside's going to be brick. So before I scale anything up, I'm going to take these while they are already. Why am I getting Z fighting here? Hide. Because I have, oh, when I did the inset, it duplicated that. See how it's flickering? Yeah, I have two faces on top of each other. I'm gonna get rid of one on each. How about this one? Yep. There. There. Now I can do that right. How about over here? I do. There. I had two. There. Now I have one. There. Put you in there. Put you here. Put you there. And you down here. Now I can take this whole thing and do what I was doing before. Now, if you're going to put wallpaper on the other one, then I would suggest you did that. But I don't want wallpaper inside my window. It's going to be wood and match the casing. That's my style, and that's what I'm doing. There we go. Perfect. Now I'm going to duplicate this, except for these pieces. Wait, hold the phone, dude. Oh, no, I already have those pieces on that. All right, so, yeah, correct. I don't want those pieces. So, I got that duplicated. I'm going to Shift S and do cursor to selected, and then rotate this completely 180 degrees. R on the Z axis, 180. Boom. And then, since it's all flat, it has the same origin or the median points. So, I'm going to, on the Y, I want that 0.18. And need to flip the direction there. And merge everything. And then I want to merge it to those. And I'm going to take this again. And, uh-oh, I don't have the exact spot for the wallpaper. So what I'm going to do is duplicate this from any of the other pieces I made. Separate. What did I just hit? Oh, separate that out and just join those together so I know where to put it. And since we're already selected there, boom, snaps right to it. Yay and yay. And I'm going to leave those two pieces there for a second just because I might need them again, and I don't feel like going through that whole step again. Alright, so these should already be unwrapped. So what I'm going to do is, since I have the wood grain here going horizontal, I want all the pieces here for the wood, the window frame, to lie down. So let's get all these pieces matched where they can be matched up to each other. Actually, 180, I can do this, do that. R1, no, not 80, R90. Let's see. R180. No, wrong button. R180. Bring that up here. Let's try that again. There. Select those. Match these. Sometimes it matters. Like if I was doing brick, yeah, I would not be lining these up like this. But it ain't brick. It's wood. Oh. Come on. There. And just scale this over so it's not overlapping. Good. Oh no, I can see brick there. Yep. Alt H, bring those windows back. There, merge doubles. Boom. Alright. I also need, let's see if I can just copy this piece here. A windowsill. I think that's what I call it. Duplicate that, bring that down. Match that. Alright, then I want to take those pieces right here for the trim, rotate that on the 90. Somehow get it up here. And scale it. Okay, and then I think we're good for this part. G, Y minus 0.05. There we go. Before we forget, like we did the last time. And no, look at this part. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna bring the face of this out just a little bit. Just a little bit like that. Now, sometimes the bricks on the bottom and then on the top, sometimes when bricklayers lay things, they go in a different direction. So I'm just going to say R90. Boom, see? Not that, not that if you're using this for a game, it's like, not that it's going to matter, but you don't want to do that with the edges. See, the edges stay the same as they were, but you can do that with the top and the bottom and give it a little more niceness. All right, and then over here, one of the things we can do, because this isn't connected to anything going this way or that way, if you were concerned about, oh, I want it to be low poly, it needs to be all low poly, what we can do is bring this down. Remember, did I save those? Yep, remember I said I was going to save those in case I needed them. GG, bring that down, right? Now let's bring this up. GZ 0.5. That is not the way we do it. Bad. I'm just going to Z, or how do I want to do this then? I think we're going to leave that alone. What I was going to do is stretch that down. Oh, wait, I can. Yeah, never mind. I got confused because, I don't know. I just did. Let's unwrap this. Right? And then bring this piece up here for our baseboard. Put your cursor there. Scale this up to the bottom. like that. And then make sure in this particular one we're going to go over 3, which is the full length of it. There's that. Boom. All right, I think we're done. Are we done? Yes, we are done. Oh, we just got to get rid of these. Delete. And then I'm going to bring this part down, duplicate it, and merge it. We're not done, by the way. I just remembered something else. Control J. Merge all those. All right, there's a couple more things that we need to do, but we can do it. We don't have to back out or anything. Select this, all of the edges around here, duplicate. All right, get rid of the seams, clear seams, and I'm going to extrude on the Y 2 centimeters, select the whole thing, hit T, and then recalculate just in case the normals are flipped. And then I'm going to inset 0 thickness and depth 10 centimeters. And then merge the edges here, bridge edge loops, and then go over to the back face. Hold down Alt and select, and then what it does is it gets the entire face, and delete it. And mark my seams here, holding Shift and Alt. I don't know why those combinations don't show up there, but that's what I did. All right, then select that all again and unwrap over here, and need them all to be horizontal, and just line those up. Is that good enough? That's good enough. Select the whole package there. Get that in here. What, stick to anything? Yeah, snapped right there. Don't want it to go over bounds or over my UV section. And I'll get it a little bit bigger there. All right. Now, good, 4 vertices. And there was one more thing that I needed to do. Ah, yes, the window, whatever you call them. I don't know what you call these. There's a name for them. They're not bars. They're not rungs. I don't know. But I'm going to duplicate the windows. All right. And I'm going to actually separate these and work on them outside. So now I will do, let's do some loop cuts here. 2 vertical. I'm going to do the loop cuts in each one. 2 vertical, 1 horizontal. And then select everything. Move this out of the way. And I want to inset, and I don't want any depth, but I want, I think, let's see, try 0.05. Want to select individual down here. And 0.05 is too thick. You can do it as thick as you want, but let's try 0.03. 0.03 I think is good enough. You can go less, 0.025 if you want. Let's try a quarter. Let's see. Yeah, I'll stick with 0.03. For some reason though, if you want it thin, even though in real life it would be a little bit thinner usually, sometimes the shadow stuff on the UE4 gets messed up with, you know, and I don't know why, and I haven't found any docs why. All right, so what I'm gonna do next, so sometimes the bigger, you know, the shadow, the lighting can get around the bigger objects. If you can get away with doing that, I don't think anybody will care. Nobody's out there with a ruler or yardstick measuring my stuff. There, bridge edge loops on each piece. Whoops. Bridge edge loops. Bridge edge loops. Bridge edge loops. All right, now if you remember, Each of these, well, I'll just show you. It's going to line up with the window. So you're not going to be able to see it. See? So what we need to do is extrude these out. Or not, let's scale them out. Let's see, S, cursor is selected. And so that's right in the middle. So when I hit SY, it's going to be an even, it's going to be even on each side. So let's say SY, let's say, 1.05. That's not enough. SY 1.1. Is that good enough? SY 1.5. Let's see if that's too much before I unwrap all this. It is good enough. All right. Now let's mark our seams. And I'm going to mark all the corners like this, holding Shift and Alt. Yeah, I don't know why Shift does not show up. It's so weird. But then again, let me plug Andrew Price's video on all the shortcuts. The link is in the description below. As it will always be on all of my Blender tutorials. Alright, Control E, mark seam. Alright, now we also have something else. I wonder, can I, is this a good idea? No, don't do that. I was going to see if I could merge vertices. Don't do that. Alright. So if I unwrap this, it's going to look like garbage, except for certain places. So what I'm also going to do is going to mark a seam, because it needs to unwrap a little bit more here. You don't have to worry about over on the edges because there's nothing, you know, there's no face there. But you only have to do that in the places with that have closed, like an entire box closed. So do that and mark seam. You only need certain, well, you get the hang of it after a while. It's hard to explain. You just think of a box. I mean, there's lots of tutorials out there. But the box is the easiest tutorial. That's one everybody uses, and then you get mad because, well, what if I'm not using a box? Exactly. You got to take the basic concepts behind it and then go from there. And sometimes it's trial and error. Some people pick up on it easier than others. And all I'm doing is merging stuff like that. Hopefully it's good enough. If not, then I'll have to redo it. But it looked fine on the other ones that I've done. I just wait until we do big picture windows, right? Well, you get the drift. So I'm not gonna make you sit here and do go through all this with me. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Got them all lined up, and let's bring this over into the wood area. Scale that there, and then go to material mode. Oh, look at that. It's all window. I have to change it. All right, select everything and take that over to the main brick there. Assign. All right. I don't want the door there. We're not going to use it, but let's get rid of that after we merge these together. Before I merge those, let's just double check before I hit the merge button and see what it looks like. All right, so let's merge these. All right, no vertices to be merged, and get rid of that door texture because we're not using it. All right, and let's rename this instead of DRV1, I'm going to say WN for window, WN, and I gotta tell you, these pieces are looking a little bit better than the original ones that I did. ZZ, just to make sure. Oh no, I thought I fixed that, but see how that's black? That means it needs to have the normals flipped. There we go. Sometimes recalculate doesn't do it. You got to do it, flip it manually. It's a pain in the butt. But that's what AI is for, to mess up. You can also say, let's see, texture mode instead of material mode. Gives it a little bit more shading or whatever. I'm not using any lights in my scene anyway, by the way. And probably because I have every one of these levels filled up, and it, you know, I think it's harder on the engine when you have so much stuff in there. I don't know. I went to render a model one time in Blender and it crashed the system, so I had too much stuff in there. Alright, so I'm going to save this as an FBX. Save the project. Go to UE4 and go to my folder here, like that, alright? And I'm going to find the window. Actually, I'm going to sort by date modified and drag that right into there. Import all. Make sure no errors pop up. And take my material, Victorian, my window. This is something special that I'll do another tutorial on. I named this one Home 5. But if you look at the, you can see an interior in there. You go to the back. I don't want to see an interior when you're looking out the window, so I just have like a mirror effect. Oh, why don't you use the window effect? Because I don't want to. You can do it if you know how to do it. I know how to do it. I just don't want to do it. Because I would have to do another material. I'd have to have a window out and window in, and I don't want to do that. So we'll get rid of that burn mark. Say 30. Boom, gone. All right. And now I can take these two edges and say, boom, there's window. I like it a lot. All right. The lighting doesn't like it. You see, get some flickers there, the shadowing, the shadow flickers. I'm still trying to figure out how to get a proper lighting mechanic so when I zoom out, I think it's the LODs. I want something just basic. I really don't want to go through a 5-year training course on how to perfect lighting. Whatever. That being said, next time maybe I'll do a tutorial on the materials and get a set on making the material for this particular thing. Like I said, you don't have to use it the same way, but you can do it however you want. But this will give you a good starting point if you don't know what you're doing. So anyway, until next time, you've been watching Dave 3D. Keep on building.